Testing.
Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to yet another beautiful day here in California. The sun is shining. Just kidding, it's really gloomy outside, but we're going to try to get something done today. I have a new package that came in today. It's the package that the freight company damaged last time. So they sent me a new one and it came in today, and it has something to do with my hood not being on the car. So I ended up getting a new hood. So let's go ahead and unbox that. How they have them bolted this time. I got it off. Well, I think this is how it's supposed to be last time. Alright, so I have here my new carbon fiber hood. It's a Carbon Creations 05 to 06 hood. Last time it was damaged in the corners right here, and all of the clear on the top of the hood was kind of messed up, so that's why I didn't accept it. But this time it turned out amazing, and the clear on top of the hood is really good. So today we're going to go ahead and install the carbon fiber hood. We're going to be installing these new Aerocatch hood latches, and I'm going to end up having to cut the hood somewhere right about here, but we're going to go ahead and install the hood first onto the car, get everything mocked up, and then go ahead and start cutting. I would really highly recommend these for any kind of aftermarket hood. They don't use the stock factory hood latch just because they are notorious for, you know, coming undone at like high speeds and stuff like that, especially for you guys that race. They just, you know, they highly recommend these hood latches, or any kind of hood pin in general. Just kind of stay away from the factory hood latch. If you guys are going with a more like durable, like steel type hood, or something that's like more towards like the factory, then yes, you can use the factory hood latch. But anything that's like, you know, composite, like a carbon fiber or fiberglass, I would really highly recommend these, just because you're not getting that much of a bite on the hood latch when you go to screw it on or bolt it on to the actual hood. And these kind of just, you know, are bolted on top, and these are mounted to the actual body of the car. Let's go ahead and install the hood right now, and then we'll get this mocked up and start cutting and get this thing all mounted up. So now that we have the hood installed, I'm gonna go ahead and install these hood latches. From what I've been looking at, I think the best spot that I'm gonna have the best chance of latching it on for a good hold is gonna be this radiator support right here. What I'm gonna do is gonna go ahead and drill this hole out right here, and I'm gonna use this existing hole from the old, I believe it's the just like this hood stopper from the old hood. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do now is gonna go ahead and drill that out so this goes through, and then we'll get this mounted first, and then we'll worry about getting the cut on the hood later. But this is gonna be the main priority first, is gonna get this mounted on. 3/8 drill bit, and it fits through a little bit, but what I'm gonna do is kind of just round it out just enough to where I can get the drill bit, the actual latch pin, enough space to just slide through. Alrighty, so I rounded it out, and this should be good enough to have it slide through just like that. So then next what we're going to go ahead and do is the hardware. And make sure it comes with these rubber backings like this. This basically just goes on like this and just allows you to have a little bit of, I think it keeps it from vibrating enough. But we're gonna go ahead and put a nut on this side and a nut on this side, and then kind of just sandwich it down. And don't worry about the height of this because it's gonna come into effect later. I just wanna get it mounted on right now and kind of get it measured out to where I'm gonna make the cut on the hood for the actual latch. So now that I have this mounted on, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of shut the hood and see where it kind of lines up on the actual hood. Ready, so what I'm gonna use is just a little bit of like lotion. I know it sounds funny, but I'm just gonna dab a little bit on the edge of the hood pin and kind of close it, and it should come up with a mark, and that should mark it where it's going to be lining up. Push that down, and that's where it's hitting right there. So now that I know exactly where the hood pin is hitting, I can go ahead and make my measurements and go ahead and start cutting. Alrighty guys, so I went ahead and drilled out the hole for the hood pin to poke through on the hood. Here it is. So I went ahead and drilled it completely out, and it was very terrifying. I was just drilled into my brand new hood, my carbon fiber hood that was perfect, and now there's a big hole in it. So let's go ahead and get the outline for the hood latch to go ahead and mount on. What I'm going to do is basically, there's this, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's these two pieces right here. One of them comes off like this. So what I'm gonna do is gonna go ahead and put this down, and there's two pieces like this. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's this piece right here. What I'm gonna do is drop it down like this, and make sure, before I get to it, make sure you guys tape with masking tape so you are not, so I can draw a nice line and outline it and stuff like that. So what you're gonna do is, I'm gonna set the camera down for this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is basically pick it up and hold this piece down and remove it. So I know that that piece is basically now what I want. So now I know when the outline, when I go ahead and draw the outline, it's going to be perfectly aligned on the actual latch. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is take my Sharpie, and we're going to go ahead and draw the inside, because we only want to cut the inside of the latch off. And we're going to draw the inside of the latch. Around. Perfect. So I can go ahead and remove it, and that's what the finished product is going to look like. So now I'm going to take my Dremel, and I'm going to Dremel and cut this complete piece out. And it's okay if you cut a little bit too short. I'd rather cut short and then be able just to sand down the inside to the right spec, but instead of going too big, and then you're basically screwed. So make sure you cut a little bit on the inside of it, and leave a little bit room. It's better to cut twice than it is to just cut once. So let me go ahead and get to cutting. So what I'm using is just a Dremel with a little bit of a cutoff wheel on this edge, and I'm just gonna kind of go ahead and just kind of go around, and then I'll take and finish it off with a round cylinder like sanding edge, and I'll just go ahead and clean up the edges. Hey guys, so sorry about that, but yesterday I ended up running out of daylight and I had to take it to the next day. So today is actually the next day, and I ended up finishing this side. As you guys can see right here, I finished the hood latch right here, and this one's completely installed. Got it all down, and I've started on the next one. So I'll try to pick up, I'm about right where we left off yesterday. I have initially cut the hole for the hood latch right here. I just used a quick little Dremel I bought from Harbor Freight. Works just fine. Just use one of the little cutoff wheels and then use the sanding tool to go ahead and just finish it up. And then I did it on the back side. Make sure you guys make the hole on the back side a little bit bigger, just because you will have to fit the plate on the back side, and it's got to be, it's gonna stick out a little bit extra for where the nuts and bolts go. So let's go ahead and finish up mounting the latch, and we're gonna put up the little template that we had, and gonna go ahead and mark where we're gonna drill each hole, and then we're gonna drill it, and I'll show you guys those next steps. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab this right here, and what I'm gonna go ahead and do is mount it like this. Or actually, you know what we'll end up using? We'll end up actually using the real one. So real one goes like that, and as you can see, I actually need to drill and sand out a little bit more on this edge right here. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Alrighty, looks like I'm having problems because I have this. Let me go ahead and set the camera down. Alrighty. And look at that. Perfect fitment. So, and FYI, when you guys do this, you guys are gonna make an absolute mess. So just be aware of that. As you can see, I'm literally like covered head to toe in like fiberglass dust. Make sure you guys wear a mask and some safety goggles too. And what I did also is I put like this little towel down over my motor, I'm still getting it pretty much everywhere, and I'm gonna have to wipe down my whole motor, but at least it's, guarding the, main part of the motor for right now. So I recommend that. So let's go ahead and grab the Sharpie that we have, and let's go ahead and mark each hole. Alrighty, so now that I have it completely drilled out right now, next thing I'm going to do is going to go ahead and remove the tape from the actual hood, because we are done with that part. So we can uncover the tape. And now we have this nice, beautiful hole. And what we're gonna do is gonna go ahead and mount this up. Alrighty guys, so I went ahead and mounted it up right now. It ended up turning out really good, just like the other side, all secure. And the back side, that's what the backside looks like. And all in all, guys, I'm really stoked with how this hood came out and these latches. I think they're functional and they also look really great. And so I think that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. I think I'm going to finish up cleaning the rest of the my engine bay. I'm gonna get a blowgun and kind of just blow it all out. There's lots of dust everywhere, but yeah, so stay tuned for the next couple videos. I got some cool stuff coming up. Okay, so sorry about that. I ended up losing the footage for the rest of the video, so I just wanted to end it here. I'm here at work on my break right now. So yeah, I wanted to talk about my first race that's coming up is March 2nd, I believe. It's going to be just like a local autocross event. So yeah, so look forward to that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.